Hi, this is Matt with Inmate Search Info. Today we're going to be looking at how to find New Mexico inmates. The New Mexico Corrections Department offers a searchable database of prisoners in the state prison system. So this, as they're very careful to disclaim, does not include information on county or city detention facilities. So it is a little bit limited, but it does give you some information. And New Mexico, like most other states, allows you to search by either name, by an offender number, or New Mexico Corrections Department number. I don't know what the difference is between the offender number and the New Mexico Corrections Department number, but maybe it's something to do with booking and then actually getting sentenced. I'm not sure. Now, one thing to keep in mind with regard to this search is that it is blocked for people outside the U.S. So if you are trying to search for someone in New Mexico and you are located outside the U.S., you will need a VPN to be able to do that. A VPN will allow you to appear as though you're in the U.S. and allow you to access this. So we have information and a link in our description below, or should do, to help you with that if that applies to you. Now, you can search by first name only, a combination first and last name, and obviously if you happen to have these bits of information, you'll be taken directly to the person. But assuming you only have the name, we'll just do a search based on that. And we're going to say that we're not a robot and go ahead and click search for the results. So the page populates below the information at the top of the previous page. So you might get this kind of thing when you do the search. Just scroll down for the results if it doesn't show up on your screen. And on mobile, you might have to do the same thing. In my case, I had to scroll up. So we get two hits here. We have two Michael Smiths, one of which is an inmate, one of which is probation parole. So if they're under the supervision of the New Mexico Corrections Department, I guess you're going to get both types of results. Whether or not they are, it's historical. Obviously, it doesn't appear to be. So the implication is that it has to be someone under active supervision. So that means that if it's someone that maybe has been to prison and you're trying to locate them or want to know what's going on with them, you may have to do a more general background check type of search. And that's something that we can also help you with at Inmate Search Info. So clicking on this first result, again, we have all our disclaimers here. And we do have a photo of the person. So some states allow you to choose whether or not you see a photo. New Mexico, you might see them whether you want to or not. So if you do click on the profile, be aware and anticipate that may be what you get. You have the full name, so not just the first and last name, but also a middle name. One thing I'm not clear on with New Mexico is whether they include aliases or not. The prison population is not huge in New Mexico, so it may just be that we didn't get enough results, but it doesn't allow you to filter in or filter out aliases. If you happen to know someone by a name other than their legal name, you may not get the results that you're looking for with this New Mexico offender search. So we have this NMCD number, which is different from the offender number. Again, not clear on the difference. We have the facility here and what level they're at, I guess. But the challenge is that they don't give you a link directly to the facility or the region where it is. And when I clicked this earlier, yeah, it doesn't seem to be populating with that information. I found a way. There we go. So this is a link that I was able to pull out of that. That's something that we'll also have on our page, so you can take a look at that and link straight through to here since their link isn't working. So SNMCF, so we would assume that's this guy, and then you can click through there and hopefully, if this page loads, get a little information on, there we are, so your warden and contact information, which obviously is useful. There is a visitation policy, which is a download. You can look through that again if that applies to you. So like I said, we'll have the link to that since their actual link doesn't seem to be working. We also have contact information directly for the prisons on our page. Demographic information, in case, obviously you can see the height there. But in case you can't make out the details, green eyes, I wouldn't be able to tell from the photos. So that's helpful. And a couple other things there. We also have the offenses committed, so that's, again, maybe of interest to you. We don't have a release date information on things like parole. There is a link, there are several links actually down here for different branches within the corrections department that you can contact depending on your relationship to the person. So if you're just generally inquiring, maybe you want to find out a little more about, parole and that kind of thing, I presume you could contact them. This link, this email, family members email. So if you're a family member, you may have specific concerns there. If you're a victim, of course, you have different types of concerns. You can contact them that way. They do have this option to call for inmate records. Again, I don't know the extent of what they'll give you, but that may be something you can avail yourself of if this is not sufficient. And there is a link to this victim notification where if the status of the person changes, you'll get a notification if you sign up for that. So that pretty much covers the New Mexico Corrections Department. Obviously, like I say, it's not complete, and you do have to use a VPN, and you may have to fiddle a bit to get the location that or figure out where the person is located if you're trying to find that out. But we can help you with that on our page and the link below. We have additional links for other types of New Mexico offender searches, step-by-step instructions for what we just looked at in this video, background checks, and other types of helpful hints and information. Just check that out. Thanks very much for watching.